Oh my God, that's
I wonder
superb.
why nobody was here. In case you've missed it, there's just been a 4-minute video intro with a countdown from 4 minutes to 0. There was some really good music, and then me and Baz had a chat about before we go live. We always have a little bit of a dance, but you've missed it all because
I don't know about you, Mike. I usually have a little dance to that intro. I love it.
Oh, mate, it's a good job we're not getting paid for this shit because we wouldn't be worth the money. To be honest, we're not paid. We're paid nothing, and we're not worth that.
Oh.
Anyway, we're live now. I don't think anyone can see us at the moment, but hey, it is what it is. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, can you just send a quick comment to say you're here?
There you go. Rob's
here. Yeah, Rob's here.
It was live. Yeah. It was just live to only us two.
Yeah, well, me and Baz really enjoyed the intro to that.
And you've seen it before anyway. So.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, so me and Baz had a great time watching that nobody else could see.
So straight away, the first technical hitch has landed, and it's happened. So it's out the way now. No more worries.
Mate, we need a sponsor so I can pay somebody to not make this a shit show. I need to pay somebody. We need a sponsor so that I can pay. I'm going to have to move that pillow as well because it makes it look like my mullet's even bigger than it is on that.
It's huge. Go move the pillow.
But it's not. I'm going to have to move that pillow. Anyway, or cushion, whatever it is. But yeah, we need this podcast to be sponsored so that I can pay somebody to take over the technical side of it because I'm clearly week by week I'm proving myself as an absolute shambles.
I think it would be poorer for it being like slick, if I'm being honest.
We have no fear of the podcast getting poorer by it being too slick. So, question number 1, every week, I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to move that cushion from behind my head because it makes my mullet look even bigger. Baz, what are you drinking?
Well, this may surprise everybody that I'm drinking like rum this week. But I've got 2 that I've got to go on tonight. So I've gone for some red leg, which I liked, vanilla and ginger. But this week I found, you can see I've done a live a few times this week, and I've already hit it quite hard. I bought myself a bit of Captain Morgan's Tiki, which has got mango and pineapple in it. So just to really bolster that, I put it in a pineapple mug, just in case anybody was wondering what was going on. I know. It's not accidental, this.
Mate, that's next level. You don't just throw this shit together, do you, pal?
Do you know what? I've done so much prep this week, literally was to get out my pineapple mug. Mike, what are you drinking this evening? Is it
Mate,
there we go.
No airs or graces this week. Can of Nelson, that's it.
I'm really waiting for the Prosecco to get opened. It's there, I know.
Not that one. You're talking about this one, which is
the small one
right next to me throughout. This is emergency stuff. This is like, I might even put it in a glass case with a small hammer next to it.
Don't hold it too close to the screen. It looks massive.
That's that one. And that is a normal bottle.
There you go.
Both next to each other. So yeah, just for scale.
That's Mike's bottle and my bottle. It's sort of set to scale for our drinking ability.
I thought you were going to say height.
I think everybody knows that already. It could be age, which in case I'd have the big one then.
Look, it's the worst thing you could have done is let me know you were only 5'7". Anyway, I'm going to say...
growing, though.
Sorry?
I said I'm set about trying to get myself to be taller.
Mate, you can still bench press 2 of me. That's all that counts.
Yeah, that's why I'm so short.
Right. Right, I'm just going to say a quick hello to people in the comment section. So, hello to Rob, to Dan, to Joshua, to Chloe, to Jimmy B, to Rosie, Jill, Sparkles, to Kathy, Jess. There we go.
You're so good at this now. It's like you've done it before.
Woo!
Oh, and also Stephen Tomlinson's in as well.
There we go. I tell you, by the... oh, yeah, there he is. Stephen Tomlinson, Quick Shop. Yeah, so... yeah, you just said, "Oh, yeah, you're doing really well with this." You can tell you've done it before. I think the start of this this particular podcast,
no one's noticed. It's fine
for 8 weeks means nothing.
No one noticed.
It's not supposed to be slick.
Well, we thought we wouldn't have the intro tonight. We thought we'd leave the intro out because maybe you're bored of it. I'm not sure.
Oh, I mean, it's basics, isn't it? Really, it's like I clicked everything going, but missed the big yellow button at the top that said "Go Live."
You could imagine, though, if I was in charge of it, we'd still be backstage. So at least there's that.
Yeah, to be fair. And most people don't realize, Jen's here as well. Most people don't realize as well that it takes you about 3/4 of an hour to sort your microphone before you come on as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually not going to ever change it because I'd miss that setup. It goes along the lines of, can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? No.
Exactly.
Yes.
What else would we do in that time?
Exactly. We'd probably remember to hit buttons and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, what have you been up to this week, pal?
Well, I've had a really weird week because I've been encouraged to do lives by TikTok, as many people have, because God love them, they're paying us, which is nice. So, yeah, I've been doing lots of lives. I've been really quite poor at doing TikToks. I've just been a little bit missing, but I've managed to bang some out, and the rest of the time I've just been sat around the house doing nothing. So it's the usual thing, really.
I've not really been putting out TikToks, but I've got 100,000 more followers than I did last week or whatever.
Yeah, I think TikTok just keep pushing my stuff, which is very, very kind of them. I really appreciate it.
Mate, exactly. Yeah, paid for lives. That's a new thing, that, isn't it? Eh? Do you know what? Yesterday I played a round of golf and I was live for the front nine and I got paid. So technically, I'm the world's worst professional golfer.
I wonder if any other people are now playing golf on live because I had thought of doing something where you just set your camera up, put it on live, and then bugger off for 2 hours and then come back because you still got to get paid for it, right?
No, you don't.
Oh,
it was in the terms and conditions. They're not paying people. No, they don't pay the sleepers.
Oh, I should probably read some of these things, you know.
So yeah, they're not having it. They're going to go through and check it. So yeah, don't do that. Don't just sleep on the camera. You don't get paid for that. Oh. Anyway, going back to golf, I want to flex a bit because I know there was a few people that are on here who watched me play that front nine, and I was playing pretty well. Well, I only went and scored my lowest score ever in a good way. Yeah.
Yes. So what was it?
Played my best round. I've only ever broken 100 before, once when I got 98, and yesterday I got 97. Which on my handicap was 44 Stableford points.
Do you find that it's all the advice that you're getting in the comments now that have improved your game?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. It must be. I completely have to thank everybody who was on my live on my golf yesterday because it was the best round I've ever played in my life. And yeah, it must have been everybody who was watching and egging me on the whole way.
Oh, and it's worth mentioning as well because I spoke about this to Dan the other day, or before the paid live came on. He got accepted without being having 20k followers. I think just because he's always on live. I'm surprised he's not doing a live now whilst watching this, which he probably is.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when he works in a pub.
No, I don't think he does. I think his real name is Dan Pub or something like that.
Yeah, Dan.
Hello, Meg.
A man who's once been to the pub called Dan.
Yeah, I think he might be a man who drinks in a pub a lot because he certainly does that.
Oh, there you go.
Some other people are telling us what they've been doing as well. So Stephen has said, I painted our garden fence, and you can read this. Why am I reading it out to you, and everyone else can read it?
No, you read it out. In fact, I'll put it on screen. There we go. Look.
There you go.
I can sit back and have some Stella.
In fact, you can all read this then. So yeah. So you painted left. I can read it down here. I can't read it here.
What?
Yeah, no. It's. I can read it down here with the white on the dark background. It's too stretched out there. Mike, you read it. You're a much better reader than I. You've been doing it for longer.
Massive. It takes up the whole screen.
No, I know, but I think it's because it's black or white that it doesn't jump out as much as the other one. Anyway, ignore what I'm saying. I'll read it.
Okay, I'll read it.
Thank you. That's what I was
aiming for. Like that. I painted our garden fence and left one fence with about 4 panels on it to annoy my wife.
Oh.
She's been asking me to do it for a month, so I went and done the front garden fence.
I think someone might.
Something I would do. Paint everything apart from a little bit.
I think Stephen
that gives
might
me an idea. That gives me an idea for a TikTok that might irritate some more people.
Oh dear. Chloe's just asked, am I upside down again? It's not me that's upside down. It's usually our guest. I'm always the right way round. No,
I
but
guarantee later on when we get a bunch of people coming on, somebody will be upside down and Baz will have a fit about it.
I'm not even going to mention it anymore because I
He'll have
don't
a little
like it when
hissy
people...
fit about it.
Not anymore. I've given up with that now.
Oh, there we go. So here we go. This is the kind of level of conversation we want to get into on this podcast. Sparkles has been cleaning loos at work. Not sure what's worse, the men's loo smell or the used loo roll on the ladies' floor.
I've done this job many times, and it's always the ladies that are worse than the men's. Trust me.
Whoa.
Well, that started off well, didn't it? I mean, we can only get better than that now. Thanks, Sparkles.
Okay, Indie Stew's in the house. Indie Stew's on YouTube. I think Indie Stew's the only one on YouTube. So it might look as though Stu, it might look as though nobody else is commenting, but loads of people are. They're all commenting on Twitch, and we can see both. If you're on YouTube, you might only see your own.
Oh,
hello to everybody.
You're not on your own, Stu. We're with you.
Oh, he says he's alone, and bless him.
I think the lesson here is watch it on Twitch.
No. Watch it on YouTube. Everybody should watch it on YouTube. Everybody should watch it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You should watch it on YouTube.
Follow me on YouTube because I'm going to be putting lots of stuff on YouTube. I'll say YouTube again.
Okay. So if you weren't aware of that, then you should be watching this on YouTube and go and watch Mike's. Go and watch the podcast on YouTube afterwards.
there you go. Yeah, and subscribe. And, everything I do.
It's no luck that you've got me to help you do this because I just repeat everything you say. It's like having an echo.
That's what a sidekick does.
I'm going to get myself a cape, actually.
There you go. It wouldn't be the oddest thing you've worn, to be fair.
No, fair. I do have a cape, so I might actually start wearing it. Mike, what have you been up to this week?
What have I been up to this week? I'll tell you what I did today, which is something very, very exciting. As you know, I live in Ireland, and up until last week, we were only allowed to stay within our county boundary, which luckily, I live in Donegal, which is a huge county, so it's not been too bad. But as of Monday, we were allowed to cross the county borders. And the Irish government were very clear when they said that. They meant the 32 counties of the island of Ireland, not just. So we were allowed to cross the border into Northern Ireland, which is very, very exciting to me because it means that after 5 months, I've been able to go to Asda. Hey!
Wow.
Which might not sound exciting to you lot, but there's loads of stuff you can't buy in Ireland that you can buy in Northern Ireland.
Hold on, I'm speechless. That's amazing.
So there you go.
12 months without Asda.
There's loads of stuff you can't buy. There's loads of stuff you can't buy in Ireland, but you can buy in the UK, which means I can't buy it here, but I can buy it 20 miles that way. So,
what did you buy?
What did I buy? I bought a zip-up tablecloth. Tablecloth. I bought a zip-up tablecloth to go with my tea cozy hat that is Model Zone.
Didn't you say this has got a special name, this tablecloth that you're wearing?
I believe they're called shacket.
Okay. Anybody else know this term? Because it's new to me. Well,
I didn't make it up because that's what they're called. There you go. Dolphin 96.
That's Meg, by the way.
Meg. Sorry, Meg.
That's okay.
So, yeah, Meg. It is a shacket. Yeah. That's what it said on the Boohoo website when I bought another couple of them.
I'm saying it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's a cross between a shirt and a jacket. It's like the Brangelina of clothing.
Oh wow! I feel.
Oh, just because it's a shit jacket. I'm not denying that either. To be fair.
Lacey's in as well now, so I think we're going to get the full rundown of what people think about your shacket.
Yeah, go on then.
I think it's nice.
It sounds like it should be an offensive word, doesn't it?
It does.
It sounds like it should be an offensive word, but it's not. It was like, did you enjoy that film? Nah, it was shacket.
Yeah. It's a shite jacket. For some reason.
Well, hold on a minute. Let's have a look at what we're both wearing now. I'm getting stick.
I think I'm probably going to get some kudos for this.
Look at this. Taking a piss out of my shirt. Look at it.
I wasn't taking the piss. I said I'd actually wear it. I was just
what else is?
What the comment is.
Chloe said Baz can pull it off.
Well, okay.
Not from this distance. We're in different countries.
And we also haven't reached that time of the evening. When we get together, we should swap jackets.
We're not that close yet.
We'll do a jacket swap when we do when we finally get together. See if people can spot who's who.
It's a lovely shirt. There you go. My nephew said it's a lovely shirt. He knows that it's his birthday next month. He's not stupid. Hey, he's not stupid. He's crept into the comment section and complimented my shirt.
Archie, you're not going to get a better present.
He is a smart kid. You've got to give him that.
You're going to get a £5 in a card, and that's it. Enjoy it.
Hey, not now. He said I've got a lovely shirt.
A tenner, sorry.
He's going to get one of these shirts from Asda.
Archie, you are such a lucky boy.
Happy birthday!
In fact, just give him that one. You give him that one and get yourself a new one.
What's your problem? I'm going to... He's going to get some Dad Dancer merchandise for his birthday.
Wow.
I've got a mug in the kitchen he can have.
I'll tell you what, how lucky is Archie? I mean, even I don't have any Dad Dancer merch, so you consider yourself lucky.
Not yet. Not yet. All you need to do is DM me your sizes. I want to see my merch.
I thought you were going to say all you need to do is go to my link in my bio and buy one.
I'm not going to plug daddancer.co.uk on this podcast. I mean, I'm not going to say that you can click the merch button straight on the front page. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. There you go. Rob's wearing one of my T-shirts.
Oh,
Made it.
My God. This is immense.
Made it.
Rob must be the first one, right?
Yep.
Oh, well done, Rob. You just increased. You just increased Mike's bank balance.
I'll be open with you. I made £4 off that T-shirt. I'm balling. That's it.
Apparently, Mike.
That's why I'm not going back to work, Baz.
Apparently, my size is short. I think we've established this one. Thanks, Gillian. Hang on. Let me just adjust my chair to make this work properly. There you go. I feel better now. This is in perspective height now.
No, you're not lying to people.
I've been sat in a box.
I spent all that time. After I found out what height you were, I went back and watched your videos. And you know what I mean? There's some perspective tricks you've played on that. There must be.
Yeah, I identify as a 6 foot man. That's what I do in it.
Have you just got really short? Have you just got really small furniture in your house to make it look like you're like 6'2"?
It's actually a doll's house, so that's how I do it. I'm doing well, to be fair. That chair works, doesn't it?
Do you know what? I'm so glad I found out first, though, because when we meet in real life next month, that surprise is gone now. So I can just be like, "Oh, Baz, how are you?" I can't be like, "What?"
You have to remember, I'm such a big deal now. They're going to build a walk round stage wherever I go, so I'm the same height as you.
That's it. You're balling. They'd like to get those shoes that Tom Cruise wears.
What platforms?
Those magic ones that don't look like platforms, but they are. I tell you who else is short is Kelly.
Oh, life
She's
path,
very
Kelly.
short.
How short?
5'1".
Right, I'm going to go meet her first then.
Get loads of pictures taken with her and take 5'9".
I have a feeling though when I meet you, I'm going to find myself like not teetering around on my tiptoes all the time, just so I don't feel so short.
Mate, we're 5 days away from people being allowed to hug in the UK, so I'm pretty sure when we meet, it's just going to be a 45-minute man hug. I can sense it already.
Well, it'd be nice with your arms wrapped around my head, wouldn't it? So
yeah. But bless his cottons. Oh,
I'm all right about it, really. I've been short my entire life. Every one of my friends, like barring none, is like everyone towers above me. And I used to work with a guy that's 6'7", and we worked together.
Wow.
So the reason I walk so fast is because I used to just I must be running to keep up with him.
Yeah, I used to be short, but then
you were 11 at the time, weren't you?
Yeah, then puberty happened. So size in, and who else is here?
Keith is in the house.
Keith in the house. There you go.
Actually, I need someone to rein me in on this. I've started doing that really horrible thing on lives now, where I'm saying "Welcome to the live" to everybody, and I think someone needs to punch me because I hate people that do that, and now I'm doing it. I don't know why I started doing it. It's horrendous. So I apologise if you come into a live.
You've got to recognise people for being here. You've got to say hello to people, and this is.
No, but
I think it's nice because we don't have a guest this week. It's just me and you, with our usual banter.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Then there's nobody here.
There's no one else. There's usually someone down there, but there's nobody down there this week.
They're usually upside down as well, so that's nice.
Well, at least we're bigger on screen now. I quite like it like this.
Well, you are.
I think we'll do. I think we'll do this every so often. Every so often we'll have just me and you. And yeah, there is going to be one that. There is going to be one shortly where me and Baz will be in the same room. Imagine
Stop using the word shortly. I've got over it. All right.
Is it shortly, not shorty? Anyway, in a brief number of weeks, stroke days, me and Baz will actually be in the same room. Imagine that
for the first time. So Quickshots just said, "How did we meet?" We haven't officially, although I have seen Mike pretty much every day for about the last 5, 6. How long are we doing this? It doesn't feel like it's very long. It doesn't feel like it's forever, but I want to say it must be sort of 8 months now. We've sort of been doing things together.
Yeah.
There you go.
Started off with a collab, and then it started off with just the usual, little messages to and from. It's the usual story. Boy meets boy.
Yeah.
Boy sees boy on TikTok, really wants to get to know him. Messages, comments on his videos, that kind of stuff. Then they started DMing each other. Then they WhatsApped, and then they FaceTimed, and then they started a podcast.
And then one of them realised the other one was a midget, and they've stopped talking ever since. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then they spent a few days reconsidering the whole relationship, and then but then he got a load of followers, and I thought he might be good for business. So that was it.
Thank you. But in fairness, that a lot of that is down to everybody being here because they're the first supporters, aren't they? Which is gets us back to our little family we were talking about before we came on.
Exactly. No, we do. We've got a bunch of people who support us in everything. In my 3 o'clock lives on TikTok, and the quiz on a Friday night, and then on this as well. And it's awesome. It's like a proper little community. I like it.
I am a massive 5'7". I mean, I'm tall next to someone who's really short. But I'm short next to someone who's really tall.
Exactly. We'll just make sure that whenever inevitably when we meet, we'll do some kind of collab.
Yes.
We'll do a comedy transition hybrid, and we'll make sure that you're stood much closer to the camera than I am. And just
I'll hold the big bottle. No, I'll hold the little bottle. You hold the big bottle.
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, you're a unit, so if we push you right to the front, I'm gonna look like I'm about 3 stone wet through. It's not gonna work. We'll have to use some camera trickery, or we could do what. Do you ever see when Willie Carson on? He was on the. When Willie Carson was on the racing, when he was presenting the racing with like Claire Balding. Yep. She's like way bigger than him.
Yeah.
Like every so often they'd pan out and you'd see he was stood on a box. Because he was like 4'11", so he was literally for them two to have a conversation like this. He was stood on a massive box, so maybe that's what we'll need to do.
Well, Adam's just put sorry, got Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in his head. It's like the fucked up version of that, isn't it? It's like completely wrong.
It is because I'm taller than you, but you're wider than me, so it's kind of like. And I've probably I've got more. Let's be honest, I've got more of Danny DeVito's physique after I am technically a fitness professional, but I've been close since September, so I've been working on my before picture for the last 6 months. I'm definitely closer to Danny DeVito's physique at the moment than Arnold Schwarzenegger's. But I'm closer to his height than you are, so it's kind of a weird thing there. Yeah.
It's like someone got it wrong. They watched it in the dark one day and then wrote the script.
They got a few of the cells of the thing confused. It was just like, oh dear. Right.
Yeah, instead of having one perfect one, they had 2 perfect ones in us, so it's fine. I love it.
There you go. Right. There you go. Yeah, Danny DeVito was like 4'10", I think, 4'11", something like that.
Yeah, but he's got a massive bank account, so I'm sure he doesn't give a shit, really. So.
There you go. There's a question. If someone said, like, you would wake up tomorrow 4'10", but a multi-millionaire, would you have it?
No. If the option was to be 6 foot and poor, I'd have that, to be fair. I've always wanted to be 6 foot. It's because I've got short legs.
That's usually how it works, mate.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't a groundbreaking discovery. It's just the only option I have less.
That is usually how it works, pal. it's just...
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of stuff you could do with £1 million, but at 4'11", you're going to struggle to get stuff out of the shelf in the cupboard, aren't you?
Oh, there we go. Joshua just said he's 5'8".
Oh, thank God for that.
You go.
Someone in my club.
There you go. And again, I had no idea. And that's the thing. You meet these people on where we are through TikTok and stuff, and you become good friends with them. And you could obviously when we see each other, I'll recognize you. But the one thing you don't get any concept of is height, and it's just. I mean, it's not a big. It's clearly not an issue.
No,
but we're joking about it now, but it is one thing that when you meet people, it would shock you because it would just be like I don't know how or why, but you get a perception in your head. Like I thought Kelly would be like 5'8", so I just thought she was like 5'7", 5'8", or something like that.
Yeah,
but no, it turns out she's 5'1". So
I think I'm going to get a scale bar in all my videos now, so I don't mess with anybody anymore. I'm just going to have like a 6 foot pole wherever I do a video, and then people can just judge me on that.
You'll have to do all your stuff on one of those backdrops, like on Usual Suspects.
Yeah, exactly.
With the white thing with
that wouldn't be the first time I've been one of those. So,
oh, look at that! Everyone's putting their heights in the comment section. Isn't that? It's a weird thing. This is one of those things. Like because it was just me and Baz, we didn't really plan much of what we were going to cover tonight. But
no.
One thing I think I'm the tallest person out of everyone.
Well, not in the world, but certainly here.
Oh no, but Rob's bigger than me. So you're chatting me illusions there, mate. My mum said I was the tallest man in the world, and you just told me I'm not. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that to me?
Oh, Indie Stew's switched now.
Oh, look, Indie Stews. Indie Stews felt all lonely on YouTube. He couldn't deal with it. I'm just there of like Archie, my cousin,
your nephew,
my daughter's cousin, my nephew. Has just said that it's an honour to have Joshua in our presence, and it is. But weirdly, Joshua has gone from being this guy on TikTok that my son and my nephew idolize or just really, really follow and like really, and to my mate, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just very, very weird.
I still idolise him, by the way, in case anyone's wondering.
I did say that. I do idolise. I idolise him as I idolise you also.
I didn't do it today. Sorry, I forgot. I said to Joshua yesterday I was going to change my my live title because at the moment it says just chatting. I'm going to change all my live titles to just chatting about Joshua Cubed. all of my lives are literally about that now.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if Pudman Dan's here, but we did a live yesterday. We must have spoken about Joshua for about 20 minutes until he arrived. Then we were a little bit like,
yeah, like shh, he's here. Shh. Moving on now. I've had McCann and Nelson, and I'm on to.
I would recommend this Tiki rum if you like a rum. It's like this would encourage children to drink, by the way, because it's so sweet and it's nice.
Oh well, no, I was just going to say, I don't do grown-up drinks really.
Yeah,
I'm not into that. But yeah, if it like mate, bring some when we meet up. Bring some.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be like wearing in one of those hats, like with the bottle on either side.
Yeah, definitely. Well, for those that don't know, is Baz and I are going to work on a calendar of when we're going to meet up and do. So we'll be doing some of these when we're in the same room, but also I'm going to be doing some YouTube content where we're traveling around the country as well. So I'm looking at like kind of quirky places to stay, and I've given Baz a little sneaky peek of one of them. And yeah, I'm looking at like the quirkiest places to stay on Airbnb. So. We'll be doing so. My vision is that during the day we will play golf, do a little bit of YouTube content, and then in the evening we'll do the podcast from wherever we are, and then it all ends in a Bert and Ernie style, me and you spending the night in stripy pajamas in the same bed. This is how I've got it mapped out in my head.
Well, so we've got to work it out now because someone's had the audacity to offer me paid work in June and July, and I'm like, why would you do that?
I am saying why would you do that because the guy who there we go, the guy who runs the gym that I ran my business out of said to me, when are you coming back? And I was like, I've quite much as the whole pandemic has been obviously a bad thing, I've quite enjoyed just not working and playing golf. So
mate, I've absolutely fucking loved it. I don't even want to do a day's work ever again.
So Soz, I'm not coming back. So I told him that. I told him I was I'm not reopening my business. Can't be asked. I'd rather just play golf, cock around on TikTok, and maybe start to do some YouTube stuff. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So sadly,
cheers.
So sadly, the work offer I've had is by royal appointment. So I've got to consider it quite highly.
Oh, can you go into detail, Baz?
Yeah. So for the last couple of years, I've worked at
It's not building Prince Andrew's reputation back up, is it?
No, there's not a plan for that currently, and it's also it's literally they burnt that one when they got to Nando's and sweating. No, it's the Royal Windsor Horse Show that I've been working on for the last couple of years. So
wow.
I got a call saying, right, well, usually it would have finished on the 12th of May.
Right.
But because of the pandemic, it's been moved back to July, which is upsetting because they don't realise what a social life that I have. And it's a bit hard to explain to them. I'm really, I can't do all these days because I'm meeting someone to play golf and I'm just dicking around generally. But what date in July is the Royal Windsor Horse Show? I think it's the 12th or something like that. I don't take that for gospel because it used to be on the 12th.
I'm not going to make you sign that.
So it involves the setup as well. So usually I don't work there on the build up, but this year the guys said to me who runs it, do you want to come and work on the show? And so he's just asked me for my day rate, which is scandalously high, I might add.
So is that something that we could go to?
Well, certainly the event. I think getting in during the build-up is that because you are security checked, obviously, because you are literally going into the Queen's back garden, not a euphemism. So, so I have to be heavily security checked just to even go through the gates and work in there. And
can you have a word with people? See if we could just do a little bit of YouTube filming at the actual event.
Oh yeah, the event 100%. There's no issue with that, and
mate, we'll do it. That's one of the ones we'll definitely do. That'll be awesome. That's exactly the sort of thing that I'm looking for.
Well, I'll get you a ticket, and you can actually romp around in the backstage areas of that, and then get to see all. We might even be able to get near the Queen. I don't know how near, because obviously, look at me.
Yeah, but I might look.
Yes, sartorial.
Well, I could maybe get that. I could maybe kind of fashion this upwards, make it look like one of those bear skins, and I can sneak in.
Oh, so this sort of gets to our first story. Meg's just said to me, "Have I ever met royalty?" On 2 occasions, I've met royalty. I once nearly ran over Prince Philip at the game fair when I was working there because I was driving through a crowd very slowly, and the crowd then parted really quickly. And I thought I'll just shoot into that space. And in front of me, about 6 foot, was Prince Philip. Obviously, this was a while ago when he was there. And I nearly got run over.
When he was alive?
Yes. Which would have made...
I think everyone assumed that, but we'll just... Thanks for clarifying.
And also, he used to drive around the Royal Windsor Horse Show event ground in his... he's always driven around in almost the same black Freelander. And even after he totaled... his Freelander, he got given another one of the same year. So they managed to find him one. And also, I nearly got run over by Princess Anne at Cheltenham. I was reading the form guide and the car came through the crowd and I didn't hear it. And literally...
She wasn't riding one of the horses, was she?
No, that would have been really interesting. But yes, so it was a big black Range Rover. It came through the crowd and I was busily reading the form guide. I didn't see it and it was about 2 foot away from me. and they honked the horn and I had to jump out the way.
I just had visions of you, possibly in a sheep onesie, doing some kind of like suffragette protest in front of Princess Anne's horse.
Well, I was wearing a kilt when I almost ran over Prince Philip, so that's a story.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't get in as much trouble then, would you?
Well, it was a camo one, so it's not quite as traditional as it sounded.
What was I going to say? Joshua, yes, Joshua says he wants to go to the Windsor thing as well. Joshua,
Well,
I'm going to get in touch with you. I'm probably not the right forum to say this, but I'm going to get in touch with Joshua because we've chatted about this before. I'm going to do some. I want to do a couple of kind of guides of the parts of London you wouldn't normally see, or the things you don't find in a guidebook, or something along those lines. So I'm going to get Joshua involved in that.
Oh, Archie, the loyal supporter, said he's just off to go learn Wonderwall on the guitar.
Well, Archie, if you want to know, mate, it's literally the only song I know. It's the only song I know the chords for. Literally the only song in the world that I know the chords for. It's quite easy, actually, Archie, because I know it, and I can't play the guitar. So anyway,
I can play it on the ukulele as well.
All right. Well, yeah, carry on, Archie. Like, I'm staying with Archie. Second week in June. It might be news to him, but second week of June, I'm staying at his house. They've just built a new house, and it's probably got two postcodes.
Right, hang on.
Go on.
Well, while we're on the subject of celebrities, are we going to carry on with that? Because
yeah, why not?
It's as you know, it's hang on. Jess
is this going to be a Chico story again?
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, I'll move on. Oh, come on. So Chico's amazing. And also I got a birthday message off him. It wasn't paid for, and he didn't read it off a card. He remembered me, I'm just telling you.
Sorry, I honestly didn't think it would be. It was just any time the word celebrity comes up on this podcast, you mention Chico.
Why wouldn't you, though? Come on. He's like literally the most famous man on the planet.
He is. I can't think of anyone more famous though.
Yeah, but also, how many other people other than Ronaldo and those sort of people get recognised by their one name? There are thousands now. You just said that. Oh no, I've just said that, but,
yeah,
but everyone knows who he is. You know.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's,
why am I smoking off the side?
I don't know. You see, your TikTok affliction. Oh, Chloe met Madonna. You're not the only one. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know Kakaji's real name, but
it's Lacey. It's Lacey.
Lacey. Sorry. Yeah, she met Chico on her birthday.
See, it's worth talking about. That's
Chloe's
all I'm
met
saying.
Britney. Has Chloe met Madonna and Britney? Oh, Chloe, how have you met Madonna and Britney?
Hang on, I was just naming one-name people. Oh, so that's what it was.
Impressive.
You should have stuck with the illusion that you've met all these people.
Right. I thought we were saying who's met famous people. I mean, not a load of names that Chloe's talking there, and she was just basically playing a word association game by herself. That was it. I'd met all these people.
I'd refute Britney though, because like she is literally Britney Spears.
Joshua said he once told Alan Rickman to go the wrong way, and I think Joshua is so polite. That's probably the most offensive thing he's ever said to somebody. Go the wrong way.
No, I don't think he said that. Surely he must have just said, "Go over there and turn left and turn right."
I like to think it is in quotes, "Go the wrong way." I once told Alan, "Go the wrong way," and that's Joshua being as angry as Joshua. I think that's probably as angry as Joshua can get. I think, although who knows? I don't really know him. He could be horrible in real life.
Who, Joshua?
Yeah, could be.
It's not
he could
possible.
hide it really, really well.
I don't
You never know.
I think most people that we have in here, apart from Archie, who's literally just going to go now.
I love the fact that when we're talking about people who are known by only one name, Rob Appleton's come out with Skunk.
Yes. Skunk. Well, actually, that's not...
Who's Skunk?
Skunk and Nancy.
She's called Skin.
Yeah, it is Skunk. which is also a one-name word, so...
Joshua says my story about his Alan Rickman's a better story than the real ones.
Hang on. So Sparkles has just jumped in with a whole load of names here.
Sparkles, clang, 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 name dropping.
So tell me about Russell Brand. How did that meeting go?
I think we better talk between us. We're not on TikTok Live anymore. Anyway, Sparkles is one of. Oh, so yeah, in case people don't know, we've got an exciting new feature that we're going to do later tonight. Probably in about 15, 20 minutes. I forgot that was happening. I was enjoying myself too much. Yeah, exactly. I got so excited. Like, I literally genuinely believed I was in a pub with my mates then. That's how deep into character I got then. We've got to tell people what's going on. So later on, in about 20 minutes, we're going to do a similar thing to the Graham Norton Red Chair, but it's nothing like the Graham Norton Red Chair. Not that they will ever find out that we're doing this and try to sue us. But not yet. It's a similar sort of thing in that we're going to get somebody on the show. So in about 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to ask everybody who I've emailed a link to click on that link and come and join us. They'll join us backstage. And one by one, I'm going to bring them onto screen. They're going to tell us a story. If the story is boring or we're not feeling it or feels like it could get us into trouble, they'll get pied off. And then we'll move on to the next one. So similar to the pulling the lever on the red chair. So if you do get pied off, by the way, I've spent some good time this afternoon creating a graphic for when you get pied off. So if you do get pied off, don't be offended. It's just I spent a lot of time doing it and I don't really want to not use it. So that's what it's about. I think that's code for saying you're all going to get pied off. Possibly. But this is the thing, you see. Even if people get pied off, they stay in the little backstage area, and then at the end of the show, where Baz and I would normally just have a chat and a few drinks with the guest of the show offline and not broadcast, we'll do that with everybody who comes on. And we have got... It's a bit like the start of this podcast. Yeah, and we've got exactly. We've got seven special guests that we're going to bring on. So there we go. This is going to be. We're going to have the smallest windows ever. I'm not sure how my ego is going to bear with this at all. Oh, I'm already small. I'm going to be tiny. I could always switch it to this. Look, it's in scale. Why don't we do all the shows like this? Hello, Mike. Hello, how are you? Hello. Look, there's Baz. He's like a real grown-up, only smaller. There we go. We're back. I just got semi-pied off there, by the way. Yeah. That was just that was crustless pie. Keith's just coming for something we can put in the comments while you're lining up the next bit. He's just asked. He's a bit late to the game, so what's everyone drinking? I'm on my usual rum. Mike's on his 3 pints of prosecco. Yeah, I've now moved on to the secco. So if you want to put in the comments what you're having, I saw coffee and juice earlier. So if there's anything more interesting, and I know it's a Wednesday night and a lot of you've got work tomorrow, but get drinking. That's what you do in a pub. Yeah, we don't have to lie on here as well, like we have to lie on TikTok. We can be honest. It's a cup of tea. Jess is on Vimto. Is that proper Vimto or cheeky Vimto? So what's the cheeky Vimto again? Cheeky Vimto is port and blue wicked. There you go. Matt Ricketts is my friend. He's on coke. He's a drummer, so it's highly likely to be something else. Not the drink. We didn't ask that. Oh, hang on. I know we're on TikTok and YouTube. I know we're on YouTube and Twitch, and we can drink and stuff. We still can't talk about that kind of caper. So I need to plug in my laptop. It's just told me it's going to shut down in 8 minutes. There you go. Again, you don't get this on the telly, do you? Graham Norton said, hold on a sec. Camera 2, can you plug yourself in, like? Well, it would be perfect because we haven't had a glitch other than the start of the podcast tonight. Look at that. Rob Appleton, I would expect nothing else. He's having a brew nail. Oh, we need to say hello to Andy because he's pointed out his ear a few times. Hello, Andy. How are you? Oh, Andy, yeah, that was... the only reason I didn't say hello is because your name's Kadatum, and I didn't know how to pronounce it. And also, we were laughing too much at whatever we were laughing at the time. Yeah, we were having too much fun. Let's stop that now. Right. Well, before we get our guests on, I did want to go through a little bit of news I've seen this week, and let's have a little chat about it. See if everyone's interested in chatting to it. I'm going to go straight to. I think we might only have time for one from me, so I think I'm going to go straight to my favourite one, which is: are we all aware of the phenomenon that is Yahoo Answers?
No.
Well, basically, Yahoo Answers was, because the news is that it's now defunct. It was something where you could put a question on and other users would answer your question.
Oh, okay.
So not like, I don't know why you wouldn't just Google, but some people would put it on Yahoo and say, how do I do this? And people would help them and explain it. So the news is that Yahoo Answers, I've got it on my iPad here, so that's why I'm looking over here. Okay. Yahoo Answers is shutting down. Here are 10 of the best questions ever asked. Are we ready for these? 10 questions that people have gone onto the internet and gone like that in order for people they've never met before to answer their question.
This isn't open to any trolls getting involved with it either, is it? Obviously.
Oh, it absolutely is. So, right. So the first one we've got is, well, there are 3 that are the same. How is Babby formed? How is how is Babby formed and how girl get pregnant?
Wow.
That's a bit of a worry, isn't it?
It's worrying because you'd actually go and search that on Yahoo Answers and not Google.
Or speak to a responsible adult.
Has he got the answers to these questions as well, by the way? Because I need to know. I need to know at least one.
And that's why it was. I think that's kind of why it was successful and why it was cancelled equally. So the next question is: do you think humans will ever walk on the sun?
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing that loudly. That's brilliant.
Of course you should. It's ridiculous. But somebody put, the news story that this is going, but it is actually hypothetically possible to walk on the sun as long as we define what the surface was, but it would be very brief.
Yeah, short walk of a very short walk.
Just as you drop very, very low. So the next one is, and this is quite a visual one, but you'll have to imagine it.
I'm just writing these down for the quiz.
The next one is, in capital letters, how do I turn off cap lock? I think some of these may have been made up, but still, they're still comedy genius. Number 3 is throwing your hair in the garbage safe? And apparently the user continued with, and I quote, I wanted to be sure because in biology we learned that it had DNA and stuff. So is it safe? Maybe she thought it was TNT, not DNA.
Either way, that's a great question.
Question number 4 is, what if the girl that thinks I'm the dad isn't the mum? We live in a world where people like that are permitted to procreate.
That's amazing, though. I mean, it's a great question. What is the answer?
Yeah. It's like, who can tell? The question, my answer, like, because obviously my name on TikTok is Dad Dancer. Quite often I'll go, "Oh, are you my dad?"
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, and my answer has recently been, I don't know. Ask your mum, but she probably doesn't know because if you eat a tin of beans, you don't know which one makes you fart.
Ooh.
Back at you.
Hello, Mr. Troll.
Next question on here is there a spell to become a mermaid that actually works?
I'd be interested in that one.
And there's more detail on this question. I would like to know if there is a spell available to become a mermaid, one that works. I'm asking people who believe in mermaids. Don't say things like mermaids don't exist, because I take it very seriously and I find it offensive. In capital letters, please help me find a spell. By the way, I'm also a witch.
I'm not sure that she ever got the answer to that one.
I'm pretty sure she didn't get the answer she wanted.
Exactly.
Okay, number 6. Actually, I'm going to come back to number 6 because I think it's genius. Number 7. Why does my cat vibrate?
Okay.
Just put, her chest always vibrates like she has worms or something inside her. Is this normal? When she vibrates, she makes a tiny vibrate noise, and it scares me that it isn't normal. That's somebody who lives on this earth that doesn't know that cats purr, but is old enough and competent enough to have access to the internet.
Was the spelling correct as well? Because that worries me as well, that someone can spell but doesn't know the thing about a cat purring.
She definitely spelled cat right. Next one is, can I tell by the smell of my husband's gas if he has been cheating? These people walk this earth.
I'm not sure
These people are out there, Baz. These people are out there.
So I get that you might not know the answer. What would encourage you to go online and type that in?
And I've got a little bit of extra detail on this one. The rest of the post is, I know this sounds crazy, but Hubs usually has his own smell. The family always knows when he has passed gas, even if he tries to be funny and blame it on the dog. Lately, he's had to work late a few times, and each time he's come home, and his gas has smelled unlike anything I've ever smelled from him. Kind of like maybe he's had Thai food or something. He says he's only been at work and not anywhere else, but something is definitely different.
He's been cheating on McDonald's.
I'm going to say, if he has cheated on her, I can see why. Let's be honest. Right. Number 9. This is quite a straightforward one, and I'll give you a supplementary one that my brother used to do. But this one is, will my laptop get heavier if I put more files on it? The one that my brother used to do, my brother used to work in, not in IT, but in a technical role or whatever like that. And in the days of not the floppy disk, but the plastic ones, the 3.5-inch kind of plastic ones.
Yeah.
A lady came to him and asked him to save something onto it, and he gave it back to her and said, "You've got to hold it that way, like a pizza. If you hold it that way, all the data slides to one end of it." And she walked out of the place like this, carrying this thing all the way back to her desk.
And that's why they invented USB sticks.
Yeah, there you go. Right. This is a quick one. How many? I'm going to translate it from the American word booger. How many calories in a bogey?
I think it's worth noting, though, to be fair, because some people get through a lot of those bad boys.
Well, here's the interesting answer. The amount of calories in your bogey is so low that you actually burn off the same amount or even more by moving your hand from your nose to your mouth. Therefore, it makes sense to just keep picking and eating your bogeys, because this will cause you to lose weight. Just pick your bogeys 3 times a week for 20 minutes a day. And that is why Yahoo Answers was good, because you got answers like that. Now, the last one, which is one that I think is, it starts off, right? It's one sentence. The first third of the sentence, I promise you, you will think this person's insane. By the end of the sentence, I promise you, you will think this person's a genius, a philosophical genius, okay? The sentence is, if I eat myself, there's the insanity, would I become twice as big or disappear completely?
Oh, that's a bit of a head fuck, right?
Exactly. But when he first starts with, if I eat myself, he's like, what are you talking about, you lunatic? And then it's like, will I become twice as big or disappear completely? And I've got a question as well. At what point can you not eat yourself anymore?
Well, also, I've got a question. If you started at your feet or your head, how would that happen? So you'd obviously eat your stomach at some point.
If you eat your head, it kind of stops there, Baz.
Yeah, no, this is this is hypothetical. I mean, obviously, eating your own feet is. I know you can. You could eat your own feet to a certain point, couldn't you?
You could.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. If you could eat yourself all the way to like and kind of bypass the vital organs, at what point do you stop being able to eat yourself?
Yeah, I should imagine just when you got to your stomach, right?
I don't know. Well, as long as you miss out your vital organs and stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll try it tomorrow.
There you go. Ooh, Jill said, I once asked at a weight loss club if sperm had a calorie count.
What was the answer?
I can imagine the I can imagine all the old dears recoiling at that suggestion.
Steve has just asked, if you ate yourself, what seasoning would you use?
Oh, to be fair, you wouldn't want it to taste nice, would you? You'd want to discourage yourself from eating yourself.
I don't know. I think in this one, you're going to eat yourself, so you'd have to choose your own seasoning. I would go for... It's not really a seasoning. I'd just cover it in mayonnaise. I'd get through it really easily then.
I'm going buffalo wing sauce. I'm all over that. In fact, as soon as we're finished here, Baz, I'm going to go and cover myself in buffalo wing sauce. That's it. I'm doing it. I don't care.
You got to be careful. You got 2 dogs. Like, you may not be here tomorrow.
There we go. Right. I'm going to say now, it's 10 o'clock. If I have sent you an email, we should have some kind of klaxon going off now. If I've sent you an email with a link in it for you to come and join us on the You Start a Story and you might get pied off at some point. If I've sent you a link, click on the link. We'll bring you backstage and we'll bring you on one at a time. This is your chance to do it's a bit like the Graham Norton chair. Come and give us a little bit of a story. If we're interested, we'll keep you on. We'll ask you a bit more detail. Then we'll pie you off. But we might just pie you off partway through. Who knows? If we do, don't be offended. You're still going to stay backstage and you'll come and have a drink with us in about half an hour when the podcast finishes. And
also, you're bringing good content to the podcast, so it's fine.
Exactly. It's all about content. It's all about content. So I'm going to wait for everyone to join us. I can see Rob.
Just while you're doing that, Jess said earlier, who's everyone on because everyone's got different names on quite a few different names on TikTok. So if you want to introduce yourself to Jess while we're going through this next stage and tell everyone who you are, then that'll kill a bit of time for you as well.
I think most people, a lot of people
go to the same
name here as they have on there. Oh, here we go. I can see some special faces.
Oh, so Matt, who was in earlier, who's the drummer in the band, we should have him on, like, doing the drum roll for this, like, every week. Like Matt Lucas, we could get him on, right?
And thing is, I don't know what the maximum number of people on here is as well. I've invited 7 people to come and do this section, but I don't know how many the maximum is. So I promised everyone you can come on, and I promised everyone that we can. We'll do this, and we're trialing this feature because we're going to use it in weeks to come. So we'll have the guest on as normal, and then at the end, in a similar way to the Graham Norton show, where they get somebody on, tell a story, and they either pie them off or not. Then that's what we're going to do. So we've got 3 people in. I'm not going to bring anyone on yet because I don't actually know if more than 3 people are allowed on here. So
I'm just putting it out here as well. I think even if this is a shit show, we're going to do it again.
Yeah, no, we definitely do just me and you. It's been a good one. Oh, no, we've got another one. We've got Kathy. So yeah, look, who knows? So we've got Rob, we've got Chloe, we've got Sparkles, and we've got Kathy all backstage. So I'm just waiting for Stephen, Jill, and Stuart, I think. So yeah, if we've sent you, or if I've sent you an email with a link to come and join us on this section of the show. Oh, there we go. We've got Jill.
I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to this.
Everybody's done the Everyone's playing the game like I asked them to by a bit going. I'd even let everyone know landscape. We're all ready. Right. I think we're going to go with it. Okay. So I'm going to do this in the order everyone came through. And like I say, don't be offended if I pie you off. Because that's kind of the point of this. It's like the Graham Norton thing. You could have the best, most interesting. He's only brought some drumsticks.
I can't drum though. Hang on. It's awful.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I'll lose rhythm now. Hang on. So Matt, who was on earlier, has been teaching me how to play the drums. He's clearly a shit teacher because listen to this.
So, right, I'm going to bring people on one by one. And again, like I say, don't get offended if you get pied off because you will still be able to come and have a drink with us after the show. And also, it's just entertainment, isn't it? I mean, Graham Norton doesn't do this bit, but I've watched Graham Norton when someone comes on with a really interesting story and they get pied off anyway. So it's not a reflection of you or your story or anything like that. So
I need to say one thing. I'm not having the decision who gets pied off, but I fully support it. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. It's all part of the fun. So we're going to do them in the order that they came on. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still waiting for 2 more. If the 2 more can't get on because we've reached a max, I don't know what the maximum people on this is. If that's happened, then we'll have you on in future weeks because this is a runner. This idea of stealing somebody else's idea that I had this afternoon is going to work. It's going to work well. So first up, we've got my favourite Geordie, Mr. Rob Appleton.
Here we go.
So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you on screen. I'm going to say, who are you? Where do you come from? And then start with your story. And I'm not being funny. I've got an itchy pie finger because I want people to see the graphics that I created.
Just quickly, have you got 2 seconds? Because we've got an advert. Sorry, let me just read this. Crex Tank 5 has said, "Want to become famous? Buy followers." I've already done it.
Right, on it. Do you know what? Want to become famous by followers and viewers on bigfollows.com. If anyone wants to do that, then that's fine. But yeah.
Seriously, it works. Just do it.
Crex Tank 5046. You probably should have checked out whether he had 430,000 followers or not before you suggested that. So
I'll have more. That's fine.
Soz, mate. Do you want to buy some of his? Right. Okay. So let's get back to this. Right. So this is going to be relatively quick fire. Let's have our first guest on. I'm going to say, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Where do you come from? And straight into your story.
The recent birthday boy.
I've got a really itchy pie finger because I really want to show people what I've created on the graphics. So don't be offended if you do.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
It took me ages to create it, and I hope it works. If it doesn't work, it's going to be a shambles, but we've got to trial it. So anyway.
It's nothing new. Hey!
Hello there, Rob. Oh, look at him there. Look at the T-shirt he's got on. Oh.
Good evening.
I mean, who knew that they were available at daddancer.co.uk? Who knew that?
I don't know.
Right. Clearly you called Rob. So tell us your name, where you're from, and although you called Rob and we just heard your accent, but where are you? Who are you? Where are you from? And go into your story for us.
Rob from Appleton. So every year when we went to Download Festival, we used to do a forfeit for the person who used to fall asleep first on the very first night. And this forfeit will be done on the last night. And we called it Dubbed It Download Stew. However, that's a very loose term of the word. This concoction had sweaty socks in it. It had meals from the day before in it, what people had left over. It had drips of alcohol in it. Yeah, like I can see it.
It's brilliant.
It had anything you can think of and anything you can imagine in this. So the forfeit was you had to drink at least a cup of it.
That is a tremendous story, but I've got graphics to show.
Oh, fuck me, that's brilliant. Oh my God, you would have got a pie.
So happy that worked.
I'm just putting it out there. That's the funniest fucking thing I've seen for ages. That is so good. Hey, Mike, literally, before we go, can you pie me before we leave as well?
I can only pie you if you go down there, so I'll have to get somebody else so you go down onto that bit so I can pie you.
Oh my God. Thanks,
so
Rob. It was a good story,
so
but
good.
yeah, you get pied off.
Oh, we've got Stuart back in the queue. So yeah, Rob's not got everyone. Don't worry about Rob. He's safe. He's in the little backstage area, and we're going to bring you back in. And it's okay. It's okay. He's safe. I can see him on a little screen there, and he's cleaning the custard pie off his face. He's okay. He's got a smile on his face. It's all right. He's going to be fine.
Sorry,
Okay.
I've just had a really good idea for this as well. So when we close the podcast with the guest, they're getting fucking pied off as well. Oh shit, that's brilliant.
Who's bothered their ass to come onto our podcast for free?
Oh shit.
We just tie him at the end of it anyway.
I'm crying.
Okay. Next up. Hello.
Hi guys.
It's the lovely Chloe. Hello.
Hello. How are you going?
And where do you come from? And tell us your story.
I'm Chloe from Southwest London.
Hiya.
So I want to take us back to 2012. My 96-year-old grandma, who was an amphetamine addict, died very suddenly of an amphetamine withdrawal. And my uncle...
I'm not being funny, but I'll let you go. But it's taken a dark turn to begin with.
My uncle, who was also an alcoholic, was in charge of the funeral. And the night before, he phoned me up and said, Chloe, how big's your mum's 4x4? Why? Could you just go measure it? So I went and I measured, like, great. So could you pick up the coffin at 9 a.m. from the morgue? What? He was like, yeah, I didn't want to bother with pallbearers and all that rubbish. I mean, we could just do it ourselves. It'd be fine. So my mum and I went the next morning in her 4x4 and drove to the morgue, and these shutters opened up, and this 7-foot-tall man in white wellies with brown stains on welcomed us in to reverse back. And this woman shook my hands and wouldn't let my hand go and kept saying, oh, I was touching your grandmother's face. I was doing her face. And she looks so great. No wrinkles for 96. And they wheeled this thing out in cardboard. And my mum said, listen, could you just take it out of the cardboard before we put it in the car to save us doing it there? And I said, this is it. Like, what? Like, you ordered the cardboard coffin? I'm like, thanks, uncle. It actually had hand cutouts like a parcel force box. Also, turns out I can't measure very well, so it didn't quite fit in the car. So we had to drive to the cemetery with my head against the windshield and Grandma's head just pressed against me like that. And I remember turning to my mum saying, this is the fucking weirdest day of my life, Mum. And she was like, we should do this, Ellie. And then we got there, and of course, my mum being my mum, we were half an hour early, and they were like, well, you can't come in, we're doing another funeral. So we were like, well, what do we do? So we left Grandma in the Asda car park and went and had a coffee while we had to wait for half an hour. And then when we did start the funeral, my uncle, being drunk, was late, and they were like, we've really got to get on, can you get on? And we said, all right, to the pallbearer guys, could you help us with the coffin? They went, no, insurance, you've not paid for us, we're not helping you. So my mum and I had to be the pallbearers, and I had stilettos on that were sinking into the grass, and my godfather said, whoa, I hope she doesn't fall out one end. And lastly, as we put Grandma on top for the cremation and I was giving the eulogy, and I said, does anybody want to come up and say goodbye? And it was all very emotional. I was crying. My mother came and stood with me, and no one got up, so I pressed the button. Unfortunately, just as my uncle, who was on crutches, who was pissed, decided to come up and do the wailing, "Mummy, mummy!" But the curtains were coming round the coffin and hit him at the side of the head and knocked him off balance. And then he was on his back like a sort of turtle. Like, oh, I'm getting burned. I'm getting burned. And that was my grandma's funeral.
Brilliant, but I'm still going to have to pay you because I've spent a fortnight. There you go. Yes.
Oh my God!
That's a tremendous story. Not entirely sure whether that was true or whether it was an episode of Some Mothers Do Have Them, but I think it's. I'll assume that it's true.
Imagine if it had rained.
Imagine that. Rendered chicken wings.
Oh shit, that's a great story.
I'd have just dropped her off at someone else's house. Do you have to just steal some like Curry's PC World polo shirts and just drop them off at someone else's house?
I'd have just got Amazon to deliver her.
Right, next up. Here she is. Oh,
hey!
Competition there, Baz.
Oh, she got bigger ears. Oh, that's it. Hang on. Hang on. It deserves one of these.
So, who are you? Where do you come from? Tell us your story.
I'm Sparkles from Cumbria. And when I was in primary school, I couldn't say the word milk. The year sixes were taking the mick out of me because I couldn't say it. And so I threw milk at them, missed them, and hit the window.
Boom! She's gone!
Oh, that was a good one. Seriously.
Thanks for being on, but I had to do a quick fire one. I had to do one. Right.
Everyone loves a milk story, by the way.
And there's milk in custard.
Seriously, if that had been the chair, you'd have been launched backwards.
We'd have pressed the second button, which is not backwards. That is like literally like catapult. So,
and also, you deserve that for having bigger ears.
There you go. Hey, when you come on here and you upset Baz, you're definitely not staying on for long.
There's the face. Oh,
here we go.
Our first upside down one.
This is like, remember when Noel Edmonds used to put a hidden camera in people's telly?
Hey, I can ask a question. Gillian, can you turn your phone around the other way?
This way?
Oh,
yeah, 180 degrees. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, you're up the right way. Thank you.
That means nothing to anybody else.
No, it's just me. It's personal.
but you realise that everybody else saw that. Yeah? Anyway, that looked like back in the day when they used to put a hidden camera in your telly, and Noel Edmonds would go ping when they go to someone. That looked like you had no idea we were coming to. You saw the list of. You saw the order I was going through, everyone.
No,
and you
I actually didn't.
You were fully aware that I was like. I clicked on it, and you just kind of went, "What?"
So we've got Morrissey in the house.
Gillian, what's your name, Gillian? And where do you come from? And what's your story?
My name's Morrissey, and I'm from Aberdeen. And my story is I am a serial naked hotel sleepwalker.
Oh.
So I've done it 3
for
times.
A long time, then you almost got pied for your pause. But
sorry.
Hold on.
Okay, so I was living in a hotel in Belfast. I lived there for about 6 months, and
it's like Alan Partridge. Sorry, carry on. Sorry, it's your story. I'll be quiet. Go on.
There's always a Partridge reference.
It's called the Travel Tavern, and obviously living in Belfast, you go out boozing. Came home, and the porter had let me in the door, little hotel. I staggered up to bed, and obviously, when I'm asleep, I must just automatically get up the toilet. But I walked out of the hotel room, locked myself up, woke up in the corridor, completely starkers, and it's just like this small hotel. So I thought, oh God, what am I going to do? So I ran to the banister to sort of shout down to the porter, could you like chuck me up a key for my room? But he had heard me bouncing around the corridor and was halfway up the stairs.
Hang on, you say bouncing? What does that mean?
Yeah, bouncing around the corridors. At the top of the stairs was a function room. So I just ran into this function room because I saw him coming up the stairs. But obviously my arse was like 5 minutes behind me, and he saw me going in. And so I'm standing behind the door, just like trying to hide myself. And he just sort of walked in, looked at me, and just pulled this massive like function room tablecloth off and handed it to me and said, "Let's go get your key." I then did it 3 weeks later, exactly the same thing in the same hotel, and but I just ran to the function room, put my little toga on, and went down the stairs, and he said, You're needing your key then, Julian.
Oh, there you go.
It is working.
Kathy's put, is this working? Yes, it is. Brilliant.
I love the story.
I won't tell you the third one because I ended up pissing on a stairwell, and that's worse.
No, that's good. I like that one. Get the pie out, Mike. Get the pie out.
Hey, no. Get off.
You ruined it.
Hey, Jesus. You know what I mean? Nearly didn't pie her. I was letting her walk then. I was letting her walk without a pie.
Seriously, if you're going to get to the pissing stage, you're going to get pied.
No, not. I love this power. Do you know what? Nobody realizes the power I've got. I can even get rid of Baz and just have it me. Do you know what I mean? This could all be just about me.
I've had this done to me before, and to be fair, I'm kind of like, I'll quickly go to the toilet during this.
Go on, pop down there, Paul.
Hello, little Mike.
Big cook, little cook.
Seriously though, like, never ever give me this power, because this would be going on all night, and people would be having all sorts of seizures watching me play around with this.
Right then, we've got 2 more characters. Oh, hold on. Anyway, sorry. Our next person who comes on is
It's Stuart. He's at the right way
there
around
we
as well.
go. Here he is. This is Stuart, or Indie Stew, as I know him.
Hello, Indy Stu. How are you doing? It's the first time I've met you.
Yeah.
Hi there. Yeah.
First time I've met him. He's got a real face and everything.
Yeah. Not just a live person tapping away in your lives.
No, exactly. So let me know who you are, where you're from, and then tell us your story.
My name is Stuart Mackenzie, and I live in Eastbourne. But this story took place when I was at university in Birmingham in 2003 or 2004. I used to put on bands like as a DIY promoter, and I put on this all-day festival in Birmingham at the Custard Factory. It was called Punk Custard, and it was the first time I'd ever done anything that big. 3 stages, bands in each room and everything, and there was like an outdoor swimming pool, like lake thing. So it started off, the day was going well, and all of a sudden everything went wrong. And I had roped in a guy from the Specials to do a DJ set for us. And as I sort of turned up for him to start DJing, the venue hadn't put the equipment in, so there was no DJ equipment at all.
Shit.
For him to DJ. But one of the bands that was playing really loved the Specials, and they said to him he could borrow their guitar to do an acoustic set of Specials numbers. Hey, not DJ, but
DJing.
Well, he was going to DJ because that was what I was paying him for, but he just decided to play a whole set of Specials numbers, as he was the guitarist in the Specials, and also did some psychobilly stuff. And it turned out okay in the end, but it was just like kind of organized chaos because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Set times were all over the place.
Right, Stuart, I'm going to pie you off because you said that it turned out okay in the end, and that's not what we came here for. So,
and also, he mentioned organised chaos. Welcome to the fucking podcast.
I thought Organised Chaos was the band that came on after the Specials. Ladies and gentlemen,
nice one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Organised Chaos. Right,
I'd be the lead singer in that band.
Our last person we have, I can't see, so we'll bring them on and see if we can hear them because we can't see them. So, with the last person today is there's a technical problem. There was always going to be a technical problem. Kathy, we'll have to have you on another week, I'm afraid.
What's happened?
I don't know what's happened. I've clicked. It says on air, but she's not coming up here. So I think there may be an issue with Kathy. So sorry, Kathy. We'll have you on another time. But I really enjoyed that. That's
seriously
definitely going to be. That is definitely a thing. Thanks,
I
everyone.
love our guests, but I've fucking absolutely enjoyed this like you would not believe.
And we'll do it. This is now a thing. This is now a thing. This is the thing we do at the end of every show.
So good.
So not only do it will only be a couple of people, but we'll get a couple of people on. We'll pie them off, or we'll leave them on, or whatever. But every week from now on, we're gonna do like similar to Graham Norton. We'll have a guest on. We'll chat to him. We'll have a couple of people on. We'll pie them off, and then at the end, we'll get everyone together at the end, and we'll have and we can have the chat and the backstage drinkies afterwards. So.
Sorry, can I just have a round of applause for that? That was fucking brilliant. I didn't
Very
even
well
know
done for everybody involved in that. That was tremendous.
And also, it's worth noting that like myself and Mike had a FaceTime today. We were both driving. Sorry, police. Whilst we were chatting, and he mentioned this to me, and I was crying at the time.
I was driving, but my wife did all the touching.
Oh, that's good.
Phone. So yes,
seriously,
that was all legal.
I love it. That's so good.
So that was brilliant. Honestly, thank you so much for everyone who contributed to that. And that is now, and yet that we've got so many rounds of applause in the comment section. So thanks for that.
So good.
Kathy, 100% will have you on again, because this is now a new thing that we're going to do every week.
I'm looking forward to every week now, like it wasn't before.
Because there's an issue with our phone, but it's all good. It's all good. So, yes, thanks everyone for being on. And we've lost some people from the backstage area. So if you were here before, click on the link again, because you can come and
come back in
now, because we're done. I'm really enjoyed. Honestly. Thank you to everybody who was here tonight. I've had so much fun tonight.
Yes, you can, Kathy. You'll be welcome back next time. We've got to hear your story, and we want to see you do it. So.
Kathy, you're front of the queue for next week if you can sort your phone. But yeah, honestly, I've had so much fun tonight. I've really enjoyed it. I think
I wasn't even sad today, and I'm so much happier now. You wouldn't believe.
our little test of how we can make this happen. Went swimmingly. I thought I really enjoyed it. We've lost some people.
I'm just going to say this: fuck TikTok Live. Come on here and get on with it, because this is brilliant.
Let's do this forever. Let's never stop.
Oh, anyway, mate.
But yeah, at the end of the show, every week now, we're going to have a couple of people on to do the same sort of thing, and then. You can come backstage and have a little chat with us. Dan says we all want to come backstage, but he knows what it's like. That's why, because he knows what goes on. But we must never speak publicly of what happens when we stop broadcasting and we go into the backstage area.
Seriously, so, I don't think I'm ever going to stop laughing. That's so good.
Well, we've got everything's lined up. The rider is there.
Yeah, it's pie. You can get a bit of pie.
The entertainment is ready. Everything's there.
Seriously, thank you so much. That's just the best thing ever.
Kathy, Kathy, you can definitely come backstage. Everyone's saying let Kathy backstage. Kathy can come backstage. She's just got to try and click on the link again. So anyway, thank you so much for everybody who's been watching.
I cannot thank you enough.
Again, thanks for everybody who literally, without you lot, this would be me and Baz FaceTiming each other, which is what it was going to be to begin with.
Oh, by the way, if we ever FaceTime again, could you just come in and tell us stories, because that's fucking genius. I love it. Can
we get I'll get an occasional random guest for whenever we FaceTime again next.
Can we get Jess on next time? I'm sure she's got loads of stories.
Honestly, I've had so much fun tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for all your support, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed that it's all the same names that are that support. And
Andy's new, Steve's new tonight.
I've really enjoyed it. I've had so much fun tonight. So thank you.
Sorry, I'll stop laughing tomorrow. I'm going to do a live tomorrow. It's just been laughing for 2 hours.
So thank you so much to everyone who's contributed in the comment section and just being here and watched us and follow us and do what we're and support everything we do.
I generally have a lot of affection for you guys.
Don't ever think we don't appreciate it. We appreciate it so much. everyone who supports us in everything that we do. So that's the end of the live stream. We will see you again next week, same time, same place. Next week we have Clara Batten here.
Oh God, okay.
Who on TikTok is Rabats, and we'll all be much more relaxed than we were when she was on the quiz. Because if she drops the C-bomb in here, we don't mind. It's okay.
It makes no difference.
If she gets drunk in here, it's okay. We don't mind. So that's why I've got Clara to come on this, because this is a much better forum to have a real good chat with Clara. So next week is Clara Batten, who is Rabats on TikTok. If you don't follow her, she's brilliant. Go and follow her. Do a little bit of research before next week's podcast. Baz is live pretty much every day. I'm live every day on TikTok. But most of you know that anyway. So
sorry, and also before you shut down, Mike, thank you so much, because this is a work of art. It's a genius, and I think as well, it never goes unnoticed by me, the work that you put into this. I just sit here and get to enjoy all this and have great fun. But you do a lot of work on this, so it's worth saying thank you to you. No, it's true. It should be said every single time. You know, we're a lot of us are here because of you, and obviously, bringing each people in. But this has been genius.
If it wasn't for me, you'd be nothing.
Exactly, and I appreciate that. I mean, I'm only 5'7", but I feel about 6 foot tall tonight. Look, I mean,
I'll piggyback you wherever you want to go when we meet up. Don't worry.
Thank you, Andy. Anyway. It's my _petrol_emotion. There you go.
My Baz is my there you go. My Baz is my _petrol_emotion. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do very good content. There's no laughing on mine. Come here and watch me laugh. That's much more fun. Trust me.
If you want a middle-aged bloke dicking about, come onto my page.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want some
an old fella.
If you want some stylish wizardry, go to it. Right.
Just come next Wednesday. It's more fun.
Come next week. Thanks so much, everyone. This is where we end the stream and then bring everybody. We're going to have a massive party without you.
I love you guys. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. See you next